So a couple of days ago I was driving down the main road that comes to our place, and I kept looking at this pile of wood that's been sitting there for maybe 3 weeks, and it was locust, and they had cut the tree down. I think it was starting to rot out on the base. I couldn't stand it. I had to go ask them if they had plans for the wood. And the lady says, take all you want. Well, I took about all I could store, and I'm going to let it dry. It's been sitting out. But this piece here, it already had a split in it. So about an hour ago I just put a wedge in there and popped it off. I can't stand it anymore. I'm going to turn this thing, whatever condition it's in. I'm sure it's pretty green, but I just got to try it. I want to see what it looks like. So I'm going to get this set up, and this side's been laying in the moisture. It's kind of had rotted a little bit. It's probably mostly the bark, and that shape that I have on there, I don't think it'd make a really good natural edge bowl, so I'm going to just make a regular bowl out of it. So I'm going to get this all mounted up and turn on it. This wood is extremely hard. There's a crack right here I didn't see. So we're going to just go ahead and do some testing on this piece. A 5/8 bowl gouge. And about 5/80. I'm going to break out my wood hog. I'm going to switch back to the gouge now. Oh boy, that really cuts nice when you have solid wood there. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make something out of this. I'll just make it shorter and steeper. A little better look at the predicament I got myself in. I had this big flat, and I haven't really reduced the upper diameter. I just made it a lot steeper, which I'm going to have to say I like it because I don't have a choice. I want to get most of that away. And I still have a ways to go to get a solid tenon on here. When I get done banging around here, I'm going to resharpen my gouge. And now let's go until we see some fresh wood right there. Okay, there's enough stock on here to do a tenon. I'm going to cut this off and get a new center in there. And it's really on that worm screw quite well. I'll flatten that, tailstock back against it, This is actually extremely hard wood. I don't like to just ram it in there. I want to get it up and then turn it into it. There, didn't move at all. I'm going to sharpen up my 5/8 bowl gouge and probably the 1/2 inch. Put this back in high range and then get serious. Alright, I'm going to cut this away. I'm just looking at this grain here and it just wants to come across here, and I like the grain more than the flat spot. I'm going to sharpen this again. I don't think I got the tip very well. Alright, let's see if this is any better. Yep. Well, I'm going to do a little scraping with this negative rake scraper to get all the little tool marks out. It doesn't need too much, but this is a good way to do it for me. And then I'll sand it. It works like it's dry, and you can see these shavings coming off of here. They look like they're coming off of dry wood. Okay, I've got this all sanded to 400, and this is an amazing piece of wood. It seems like my last few pieces have just totally amazed me anyways. This area right here is kind of blondish looking, and as you come around here, when the light hits this is just almost looks like it's black down inside. If I look at this spot right here from this direction, it's black. Now it turns blondish. I'm trying to figure out what I want to use for a finish. Got two little eyeballs right here. Maybe there was a branch coming out of that at one time. It's real interesting. Okay, I'm going to reverse it and think about what I want to use for a finish. It's either might be shellac or wipe-on poly. Okay, I've got it turned around. It's running pretty true. I don't plan on touching this edge here, but I have a lot of stock here that's not flat, so I'm going to take care of that first. Alright, it's almost flat. Got a little bit more on the outer part of the rim. Alright, I'm going to get rid of most of this here, and then I'm going to start to create a wall thickness here. Okay, here we go. surprising that you can hear the difference between a 1/16 inch of thickness. Okay, we'll keep on going down. I've got an inch and a half to go to the bottom. I can go ahead and get rid of some of this now. I'm going to check the bottom one more time, and I would say that that is just where I want it. That should be good. After I finished with the negative rake scraper, I went ahead and sanded the bowl up to 400 grit. Okay, ready for some finish. Still not totally sure if I want to use shellac or wipe-on poly. So I'm going to put some of this sanding sealer on, and then I'll make a decision after that. Yeah, I'll get some on the back side. Well, I made my decision. I'm going to use a wipe-on poly on this. Probably spend a couple days doing this because I'm going to start another project, and I like to let this dry. It's a little bit cold out here, so it's going to take longer. That's actually, yeah, I'm glad I chose that. I'm going to like the sheen that it puts on there. Really brings the different layers of darkness that are in this piece. It's really interesting. Okay, we'll let that dry. Flip it over a little bit later today and do the inside. Well, I've got multiple coats of wipe-on poly on this bowl, and I've actually let it sit for about 3 days in a warmer area than I'm at now. I'm going to wax it up, and I'm going to go over it with real fine steel wool just to try to level the finish out even more. Alright, I'm going to buff this wax out now, and just about done. Yeah, that worked pretty nice. This bowl actually warped a little bit. I'm surprised that it didn't crack, but it sanded like it was dry, but I know it had been recently cut down. That's the way Locust works. I really like it. Time to cut that tenon off, sand the bottom, and we're all finished. Here's the finished bowl out of Locust. It's about 8-inch diameter, and it's 2 1/4 inches thick. Has some very unusual grain. It changes color depending which way the light is pointing at it. You see some there, but the pictures will really show it. It was just a piece of wood that didn't have a very good shape on it, and I thought it was a nice piece to do my first turning out of Locust. And I do have some other pieces that I'll be able to get a lot better shapes out of. So there it is. I'm pretty happy with it. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I really enjoyed making this turning. It is a pretty simple turning, but it has some really nice grain. And for me, if I have really nice grain, I'm way ahead of the game already. So I'm really pleased with this one. I'd appreciate it if you liked this video, if you could click like and subscribe and share. And for all of the people that have subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate you doing that. It means a lot to me just to know someone's watching my videos, and I truly appreciate it. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time.